Hey y'all, welcome to Miss Clarke's chemistry class. In this video, we're going to talk about valence electrons. When you put electrons in the energy levels, the electrons in the outermost energy level, those are valence electrons. And the valence electrons are also called bonding electrons. These are the electrons that give atoms all of their chemical properties. If an atom is very, very reactive, it's because of the valence electrons. Or if the atom doesn't react at all, again, because of the valence electrons. So since they're so important, we need to be able to glance at the periodic table and instantly know how many valence electrons an atom has. If you can do that, everything is going to be so much easier in chemistry. It's a must. You have to be able to identify valence electrons by just looking at the periodic table. So let's look how to do that. So if we're going to be using the periodic table to tell us valence electrons, we need to learn just a little bit of stuff about the periodic table first. If we look at the periodic table, we see that there is tall groups and short groups. The tall groups are called representative groups or main groups. I hear them both ways. Your teacher may use representative or main. To be honest, I use them interchangeably all the time. These short groups are called transition. When we're using the periodic table to show us trends or to show us characteristics, we normally are talking about the representative groups or the main groups. That's why they're called representative groups, because they represent the trends. Being able to figure out valence electrons using the periodic table, that is a trend. The reason why the little short groups are called transition and they do not represent the trend for valence electron is because their valence electrons differ. Sometimes they have this many valence electrons, sometimes they have that many valence electrons. They transition. That's where the word transition comes from. But for the representative groups, they never transition. They always have the same number of valence electrons. So let's look at these Bohr models. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say Bohr models, make sure and check that video out. Let's look at the Bohr models and identify the valence electrons. If we look at sodium, and I've already got sodium's Bohr model. Sodium is atomic number 11, mass number of 23. That's why it has 12 neutrons. But really, it's those electrons we care about. Remember, valence electrons are outermost energy level electrons. Let's notice that sodium uses 3 energy levels. 2 on the first, 8 on the second, that makes 10. But sodium has 11 electrons, so it has 1 valence electron. Sodium is in group number 1. That's a representative group. Also, look, sodium, group 1. And if we look at silicon, silicon is atomic number 14, 14 protons. It has a mass number of 28, so 14 neutrons and 14 electrons, 2 of which are on the first energy level, 8 on the second, that gets us 10, so 4 more, so 4 valence electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we look at silicon on the periodic table, it's in group 14. Nitrogen. Nitrogen is atomic number 7, has a mass number of 14, so also 7 neutrons. And this is neutral, so 7 electrons. 2 of which are on the first energy level, the remaining 5 on the second energy level. And the second energy level can hold 8, so 5 is fine for the second energy level. If we look at nitrogen on the periodic table, here it is in group 15. Are we starting to see a pattern? If not, let me point it out to you. Our first example was sodium. It had 1 valence electron. It's in group 1. Our next example was silicon. It had 4 valence electron, and it's in group 14. Our next example was nitrogen. Nitrogen had 5 valence electrons, and it's in group 15. The representative groups represent the number of valence electrons. If we're just looking at the representative groups, the main groups, we see that the trend goes like this. Now, some students find it easier to just think about the representative groups and go left to right, numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Also, let's notice group 1, 1, 2, 2. Now, we do have to skip all these transitions because they don't follow the trend. So if we drop these 1s to the teens, 13 becomes 3, 14 becomes 4, so on and so forth, all the way to 18 becomes 8. That means all of these elements in group 1, 1 valence electron. All of these elements in group 2, 2 valence electrons. You can see the pattern, I hope, by now. So you see, as you go from left to right, they just increase by 1 as long as you're just looking at the representative groups. Valence electrons, a breeze, right? Help a teacher out and press the like button. If you have not subscribed, make sure and do so. Leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, bye y'all.